Hello friends and students. In this part of the video, let's look at how we can perform the chords for this song, Chaleya, with a little bit more detail. So to begin, let's start very simply. First we can play just A minor. And that chord will last for 2 measures. We have to count to 4 twice. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then switch to D minor. And that chord lasts twice. So in a very simple way, the main part of the song is just A minor twice, and then D minor twice. Okay, now let's develop that a little bit. So here we can see A minor in the bar chord style and D minor. So let's use these. This is a nice hint. Let's use these larger, more familiar structures, such as this A minor, to develop and learn some extensions or fancier chords. Okay, so here's our A minor, and that's just going to be a reference or a visual cue to help us remember this A minor here, which hopefully you can see is just the top 3 notes of the chord of the regular part chord. So here I have these 3 notes, and now I'm going to use my pinky. I'll use my 3rd finger today. I'll use my 3rd finger to hold this fret number 7. So I'm barring at fret 5. I'm barring 3 strings. Just 3 today. Okay, and then putting my 3rd finger here on fret 7 on the 1st string. So that's the letter B at number 7. And that makes our A minor 9. Yes, we'll call that the 9th, the letter B here. Okay, so instead of playing A minor, you can play A minor 9th. Let's just move on to the D minor, and then we will discuss how to use the correct rhythmic punctuation. But moving on to just looking at the chords. D minor, here's our reference. And now here we're going to use this D minor 7. So it kind of helps if you can see how these two, all the different chords you will learn, such as D minor 9th, D minor 7, D minor 11, whatever. Try to relate them to the more familiar structures that you know and see how they interact and overlap. Makes things a lot easier. So now, 3rd finger, 1st string, 8th fret, that's a letter C. By the way, that's the 7th of the D minor, as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So the 7 is not some weird mystery. It's in the case of D minor 7, you start on D and count up 7. D, E, F, G, A, B, C. There's your 7th. All right, so we had 3rd finger on string 1 at fret 8, 1st finger on string 2 at fret 6, and then we will call it 2nd finger, you might say middle finger, on string 3 at fret 7. So from the top down, that's 8, 6, 7, or C, F, D. And that's our D minor. Now we have taken the basic A minor and converted it to an A minor 9, or add 9. I'll say A minor 9. And then we took the regular D minor and converted it to the D minor 7. So now we have much more of the voicing style that's used in the cool piano introduction of that song. So now I'm going to play those 2 chords, A minor 9 and D minor 7, and I'm going to add this nice rhythmic punctuation that he's using. 1, then I will explain it to you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's still 2 times A minor, of course A minor 9, and 2 times D minor 7. But now we have this cool little rhythmic pattern we're imposing. You might like to call it a strum pattern. Okay, I'm not using a pick, I'm plucking with my fingers. Doesn't matter. Although I will say, a lot of time when you're imitating a piano part, the attack of the fingers is a little bit more consistent. It sounds more like a piano than the pick sometimes. Okay, so here's the chord, and now here's the rhythmic formula. You will strike each chord 4 times per measure, but you have to know exactly where to strike it. So I'm going to print it on screen in standard notation and tablature, but let's discuss it and see if we can understand it more deeply. So we're counting, and we have this order of subdivision. That means we have to be able to divide the beat at different levels. You start with 1, then you might go to 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then another order of division could be 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So now we're at that 16th note level, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. And you use this method of counting or verbalization to help you be extremely accurate. So I want to strike my first chord on the of beat 1, as in 1 E and a. Okay, I'll do it again in slow motion. 3, 4, 1 E and a. The next chord comes on beat the end of 2. Now, when we get to this part, let's just take the order of subdivision down to 8th note level, which means we only have to divide beat 2 into 2 parts, whereas beat 1 was divided into 4 parts. So beat 2 is simpler, 1, 2, and 3, 4. So again, 1, 2, and. So we've established our targets. Our targets are the of beat 1 and the end of beat 2. Now you're going to apply that same exact formula to beat 3 and 4, such as the of beat 3 and the end of beat 4. Now if we put together, it'll sound like this. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's a very common figure. Now I'm going to play the chords using that figure, and hopefully it starts to sound like the song. 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Now I'll develop a little bit more. Okay, so you can see we started very easy, just A minor and D minor. Then we developed the chords into to include the extensions of the 9th and the 7th, and then we imposed the strum pattern. And you build these things up step by step. You don't have to do all that. You can make it more simple. Just plain old A minor and D minor will work. But this channel is aimed at middle level and above guitar players. There are plenty of really channels showing you how to play basic and guitar and cater to beginners. And I don't need to be in that arena. And the students that will be drawn here can kind of already understand all that stuff. So I'm aiming at the people who want to go just a little bit further. Okay? So now with these items, you will have the tools that you need to study well and have fun.